बेंगलोर के अंदर आपको सबसे बेस्ट कॉलेज में 10वें स्थान पे आपको आता है रीवा इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी, जिसकी स्थापना आपको 2002 में हुआ था। इसके एंट्रेंस एग्जाम की बात हो तो फीस से आप इस कॉलेज में आप एडमिशन कर सकते हैं। इस कॉलेज में भी आपको बीटेक, एमबीए, एमसीए, बेहतरीन कॉलेज माना जाता है। और इस कॉलेज में भी आपको कैंपस प्लेसमेंट बहुत ही अच्छी टॉप कंपनीज की आती है, आपके लिए भी बेहतरीन कॉलेज माना जाएगा। तो दोस्तों मैं बताया आज आपको बेहतरीन कॉलेज में बेंगलोर का,
Hi,
जो कि
Amarjit.
कर्नाटका में आता है। तो
Yeah, hi.
Can you please turn on your video?
Yes, sir. It's fine.
Yeah, we can able to see.
Okay.
Manoj, please take ahead from here.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah,
Hi,
hi,
Manoj.
Amar.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah. Where are you staying? In Bangalore?
Yeah, I'm in Bangalore.
Okay. So you'll be visiting office daily or how it is going to be?
Weekly, twice, maybe.
Okay. Okay. Where is your current office?
Right now, near in the EcoSpace. After EcoSpace, one tech park is there.
Which one? We are also nearby only.
That one, Global Village, you know.
Okay, okay. Global Village.
Yeah, that.
Hmm. We are on the Sajapur Road junction. You know, right? Our
Okay.
not within. Yeah.
Okay.
Sajapur Road junction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So can you introduce about yourself?
Sure. Thank you for asking. My name is Amarjit Kumar. I'm having 7+ years of experience. Currently, I'm doing customization as well as implementation based on the Java technology. So the technology which I have in Java, Java with the Spring Boot microservices as a backend, and some of the exposures in front end as Angular 9. Also have a good experience in AWS cloud services. And coming for the database, I have a good experience in Oracle as a SQL, and Mongo is a NoSQLs. And apart from this, also I have a good experience all the dev tools which is used for the development for the project, like Apache, Maven, Jenkins, Jira, GitHub, ELK, Splunks and all. So these all are the tech stack which I have. Coming for the domain, I have a good knowledge about banking, telecom, e-commerce and health insurance project. So currently which I am working based on the health insurance project. So there I am doing customization as well as implementation for the new microservices based on the client requirement. So here we are following agile. So whatever the agile in a sprint task will be defined, in agile whatever the sprint will be defined, in that particular task will be generated in the Jira. So we need to work. So some of the cases, my role and responsibility here, we need to develop microservices by using a Spring Boot and all. Some of the cases what will happen, we have a multiple third parties calls and all will need to be there. For that we need to create a REST template, or maybe web service, REST template web services call, or maybe Kafka as a asynchronous call we have to do. So apart from this also we need to involve in the productions while the deployment will go. So that will be whatever the changes I have done from my side, so that need to be confirmed on the productions, so that we have to verify the productions configuration, production changes and productions logs which we are enabling and all. So that things we have to check, and what are the requests we need to expected, and what are the validations need to be expected, that we have to verify. After that, once this production deployment will be there, then we have to available on call, and we'll check the all the scenarios and all the test after deployment, so that we can confirm this changes is reflecting fine and all, so that the productions deployment will go smooth, and if any doubts or any changes will happen, immediately we can do the hotfix deployments and all. So that type of things we are doing on daily basis. And so my project is basically is a insurance related project. So here we can manage multiple third parties, and third parties vendors which need to be communicated and facilitate this to the customer. So the customer can take whatever insurance he want. He can take either life, term and all. So they can select and that, and once he will select it, then internally we'll have a multiple process will happen, like that will be created a order. After that we will have a slot, so that slot will be generated to the particular store, and a store will have a payment operations and all. So once payment will happen, then there will be some redemption amount will be there, so users can redeem particular offers they can apply it and all. After that they will get some notifications, so that notifications will generate through the SMS, email and all, like that. So this type of multiple microservices internal communications which will be happen in this application. So for that we need to develop a microservices, or maybe modify or customize the RESTful web services changes.
Okay. So uh, your current company is
Synchron.
Silicon. Okay. And you have started there from December 21st, right? What was your earlier company?
Earlier company was IBM. Before that I worked in Infosys.
Okay. And before to that? Infosys was your first company?
No, before to that there was some miscots was there, and uh, miscots startup.
Okay. Miscut was your second company, right? Miscut. Before
Yeah,
that, you have done Nurture.
Nurture Software, that was closed, and after that I switched back for the miscot. So that is like a very small company and a startup was there, so there was some salary issues and all. So after that I came back to the Infosys, IBM and then Synchron.
Mhm. Okay. So we'll go about Spring Boot. So what are the advantages of Spring Boot when compared to Node.js or any PHP?
Mhm.
Yeah. Can you just
Spring Boot have a multiple advantage if you want to compare with the PHP or Node.js. PHP is a open source, so there we have a multiples framework also. We have like Joomla, WordPress and LAMP and all are there right now. It's going on. So that is a open source. So they have a multiple features and all, but there, and if you will compare with the Node.js and all, so that is a JavaScript based framework. So there we have a multiple libraries are there. You can import this particular library and immediately you can get it this responsive website with the client based and server based also there. But coming for this, if you want like uh, big applications or something like that, like a huge type of applications which will have a multiples business communications need to be performed, in that cases we can go for this microservice based architectures by using a Spring Boot. So that will be taken care or handle business logic and transactional easily by using that. So in Spring Boot have also multiple features compared to that, like we have actuators, swaggers and other multiples modules like Spring Data JPA, Spring Web, Spring Security, Spring Messaging. So that messaging will have Kafka and other things will be there, or maybe. So these things we can use. Apart from this, we have a multiple annotations which will be annotated automatically and configure the configuration files, beans and all automatically, so that you don't need to be taken care anything, and immediately you can develop with this timeline of your requirement. You can create a project, modify the changes and all. We have a Spring initializers, a Spring IO and all is there, so through that we can create a easily dummy type of projects and all. And after that, like multiple Spring cloud component is there, through that we can track the applications like Eureka service registry, API gateway, Jules, ribbons and all, so that we can handle this all those scenarios, circuit breakers and all.
okay.
So I think compared to this Node and others, PHP, Spring will provide more things in there.
Okay. And when you compare to Golang, what are the
Okay.
advantages or what are the disadvantages?
Golan, Golan and his this Spring Boot have a multiple difference thing. Golang, I think I haven't used this Golan. Golan is, I think, also the new framework which need to be created. This one, uh, applications, web applications or mobile applications by using Golan.
Mhm.
But I'm not sure. I haven't used that.
Okay, no issue. So if you want to exchange data between one microservice to another microservice, what are the mechanisms you will be using?
If I want to exchange the data from one microservice to another microservice, exchange the data. Like that way, we can do like either we can if either we can go for the REST template, or maybe we can go for the any messaging queue, or so through that we can process the data. Like you can create a URI based on that. You can pass it the either
Okay. And if you have a huge data pushing from one service, and
mhm,
it's like one will be a producer of data, another one will be a consumer of data.
consumer.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So in that case, what modules, how you will design?
Yeah. So in that cases, what we will do, like we'll create a first we will install the Zookeeper Kafka. After that, we'll create a cluster,
Mhm.
and we have a two microservice. So a microservice is a order microservice, other is a
Mhm.
payment microservice. Suppose.
Mhm.
So order microservice will have a producer class. So once the users will be activated or creating some order, so that order microservice will generate and they will send it to the cluster.
Okay.
This is the order ID, and based on the topic or name that will be defined. This is for order microservice, and order ID is this has generated by these customers and all. So this information will be stored in the cluster, and after that payment microservice which we need to be do the payment. So they will call this by using consumer. So consumer will call order microservice based on the topic ID. So we'll have a order topic name is order, and then they will select what type of order ID is there, which is the customer, and then they will check either order has been created or maybe a new order is there or modified. So then they will do the payment. So we have to create a consumer classes, producer classes. Producers will which will be in order microservice, consumer in the payment microservice. Create a cluster, add the topic name in this based on the topic that will be defined, and after that you can create a YAML property. That YAML property you have to mention Kafka config details and all, which will be there in application.yaml. After that you have to create in both services this configurations file. So that configurations file will import this Kafka templates and all. So through that we can call this.
If both the services are in same machine, how you will take care? If both are in different, it's okay. Kafka you will use. Both are in
Yeah,
same machine. Is there any other mechanisms which will
both
avoid
are in same
both,
machine.
which will avoid network latency?
Okay, if both are in the same machine, then in that cases what we will do, consumer producers and all will be there. Instead of configurations and all, we have to put it this Kafka configuration server. Sorry,
Mhm.
a Spring Boot have a features as a configuration server. So all the configurations will be placed in the common server property.
Mhm.
That we can do, or else okay, and or else others thing like if in the same microservice, then we can go for the REST
Not
template
in same
also.
microservice. Both microservices are running in same virtual box.
Okay, same virtual box. Then we have a alternative also, but the same way also we can do.
Okay. Okay. So, and how do you cache the data between two virtual machines and within the same virtual machine? Sharing cached data.
Okay, sharing caches data in Kafka only.
Not in Kafka. Between two services, two microservices, if you want to access a shared data,
Okay. Okay.
how
So
you will
in the
store the
same way.
data and how you will retrieve the data between the microservices which are there in different machines and which are there in same machine.
In that cases, I think we can configure cloud database. So
Mhm.
that cloud database will have we can access with the same machine or different machines also.
Okay. And anytime have you used Redis also?
Redis caches, yeah, last 2 3 years back I used. Right now I'm not using, but Redis caches also we used.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And MongoDB also you have used. Okay. So what is the basic difference between your MongoDB when compared to MySQL databases?
Yeah, so basic difference is like MySQL database is a relational database, and that is Mongo is NoSQLs, which is used to store the data based on this JSON based. And here while you want transactions which need to be performed and all, in that cases we can go for relational database, so that will have a acid property will be operate at the rate transactions and all. And suppose if you don't want any transactions related configurations or maybe details, then in that cases we can go for Mongo. So while we used Mongo, that Mongo compared to that like a very fast, reliable and all, so easily we can create a collections of the particular details of the things, and then we have to call. So
Okay.
and
And let's take
yeah,
I
so
have a data set which is not following any rules like means now I have 9 columns. Tomorrow I will be having 12 columns. Like two, three columns get added up in my data. So how you are going to tackle that problem with MongoDB and how you are going to do with MySQL?
okay, so if you have already 9 data and you want to tackle with 12 data, 12
Hmm.
column.
Yes.
So if column is already not there, right?
Hmm.
Column is not there, right?
Yeah, yeah, new one getting added up.
Okay, so in that cases we need to update in relational database. We need to update the
Okay.
table property.
And in
So
Mongo?
by two ways we can do. Other, we have a stored procedures we will create that will be on dynamically. If users is adding, then maybe we will create some column, so that will be dynamically by using a stored procedure. And other, we have a manually we can write the script or run the script batches and all, that will be
And
add.
in Mongo, how you will
A-
manage
a-
that?
and in Mongo will have a in Mongo also have Mongo will create a Mongo. I think automatically that will be created because we need to select auto create ops. If you will create inside the collections, then automatically that columns will be created by Mongo, I think.
But updation of collections, how it will be done?
Updates of collections. Updation of collections will be.
That's okay, no issue. Uh, how the logging you will manage? What are the logging different logging mechanisms you will use Like you want to monitor the service status or the logs generated by different services. You want to log into server and you want to visualize the logs.
Mm-hmm.
What type of tools you will be using?
Mostly we will use the loggers like we have as Splunks or maybe ELK.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to configure this one. So ELK which will visualize, they will provide a dashboard. They will also provide a DB, so that will be create some query so that easily we can fetch. And based on this UI also, we can trace our based on the trace ID, spam IDs, and then by using timestamp, by using date, by using latest log, based on the microservices which we have defined. So like that, we have, first of all we have to configure the ELK or a Splunk. And once you will configure that, then easily we can trace this server logs or maybe microservices based.
Okay. So if you have a cluster of machines related to same microservice, how you will manage in this scenario with ELK?
Like yeah, so we have a cluster means like multiple instance with the same microservice, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so multiple instance and same microservices are there. So in that cases, we'll have a mm, multiple instance. Okay, for that also we'll have, I think, same way, because instance that will be perform as the based on round robin algorithm. So it depends on, like, once users will be
Like you have
users traffic will be high, then
the
automatically the new
JSON file,
instance will
the
be.
log file you are generating in each for each microservice in a different machine. How you will sync
Yeah.
all those log files and how you will represent it from the cluster.
Okay, that one you're asking. Okay, so in
Yes.
that cases, mm-hmm, I want this one. Then we will collaborate on the. I think for all microservices will have a, like, this facility which need to be have like a Splunks or maybe ELK. Then automatically that will be called all those latest logs.
Okay.
So once you configure, then that ELK have a separate things, so that if you have a configure in all the services, then that will be have a centralized log. So there we can check all those live details for all the microservices.
Okay. And have you worked on GCP anytime?
GCP, Google Cloud Service, right?
Uh,
Which one?
GCP, Google Cloud.
Okay. Mostly I use Azure and AWS.
Okay. And and inside your microservice, if you want to perform any asynchronous operations in Spring Boot, how you will handle that?
If I want to provide any asynchronous
Asynchronously.
communication. Okay, asynchronous communication in a Spring Boot.
Huh.
So that I told, like, we can use either maybe the Kafka or
No. Means
any
like
message.
you want to perform any asynchronous task and update.
Okay, asynchronous task and update.
Hmm.
Sorry, can you come again? Asynchronous,
Like
like suppose in real time.
yeah, like you have multiple tasks to perform, multiple operations to perform for each request. So how you will do in asynchronous way? How you will split the task and do it in a asynchronous way?
Okay, In that cases, we can go multiple things, we can use a Spring Wave Flux also. That Wave Flux will provide us a uh, mono and flux, so that flux will have a create a asynchronously.
Mm-hmm.
And others we can use a collection framework.
Okay.
Amarjit, Prashant here. I work with Manoj. In AWS, okay, have you used all the three computing, okay, networking, and the storage? Okay, what and all okay, in the components have you used in AWS?
Yeah, hi Prasad. Mostly in AWS services, I used like SNS, SMS, S3 bucket, EC2 instant, Elastic Beanstalk, Dynamo, CloudWatch, IAM users. These all I used.
Hmm. Okay, good. And you are managing the deployment on your own, is it?
No, mostly we'll have separate DevOps teams will be there, but I have a Jenkins build pipeline things I have also created for myself, and I know these all like scripts of Jenkins, Terraforms, and
Okay, got it. And I have seen that you worked on Webflux. Okay, why do you need Webflux? Okay, and what is the difference with the traditional Spring
traditional
services?
aspects like I was already told Manoj if you want multiple communication if you want a asynchronous call with simultaneously we have to divide it into multiple separates, so that we can go for this mono or flux, so
Hmm.
that wave flux will provide us a reactive programming. Through that we have a non-blocking queue, we have multiples queue will be defined for the separate task, so that will be splitted into multiple subtasks, and it will be performed easily with the speed of time.
Okay, in Spring Webflux, you're saying.
Yeah, Spring Wave Flux.
Okay. And see your resume just a minute. So your total number of years of experience is 7 years, right?
7 years, yeah.
And okay, but you jumped a lot of companies, man. Okay, in 7 years.
Yeah, 7 years
Okay.
because of first the reason which already there in that I mentioned. Uh,
Only the first company, Vijaya Bank, okay, e-banking customization, you worked okay for almost okay 3 years.
2 years.
But okay,
Yeah.
Bank of India, Telecom VoIP 2.0, and then okay, some class e-commerce web
Yeah, these all
development.
are the project.
Oh, those are projects. Sorry, sorry.
Some-
So then okay, the company is okay, Cinicron, Bangalore, Cinicron,
Synchron, IBM,
then
Infosys.
IBM. Okay,
Infosys.
Yeah.
then okay, IBM. Okay,
Infosys.
okay, got it. Okay, fine, fine. Sorry, I mistook. Okay, and what is the
Okay.
notice period, okay, Amarjit?
Uh, 1 month will be there. Official is 2 months, but 1 month will be there. I am on bench, so 1 month will be there.
Okay, you are in Bangalore.
Yeah,
Okay, and you have where do you stay in Bangalore?
nearby Central Silk Board.
Oh, okay, okay, got it. Very good. Our office is just 5 kilometers, or maybe max 6 kilometers from there. So good. Okay, just near the entrance of the outer ring road.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we are good. Okay, we will give our feedback to HR. It is almost positive. Okay, Amarjit. So there will not be any more okay rounds of technical interview. So I will. So now, okay, I'll call you separately, and I want to understand okay some other aspects okay of yours. I want a
Sure.
guarantee. I mean, okay, you should have a guarantee that you will stay here at least for 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah. I'm looking for that only long term.
and okay, Reliance and Jio have a very good brand name outside.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we are looking for candidates, okay, who really work for at least for 2 to 3 years with us.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Okay, and you're from basically from what, Rajasthan, is it?
No, no. Basically, I'm from Bihar.
Uh,
I have done my graduations in Rajasthan, and after that,
I
in
see, I
Bihar.
see. Okay, got it. Okay, sounds good. Okay, so please, I mean, okay, if possible, okay, please visit our office, okay, once, okay. I mean, I know we confirm to HR, okay, but if possible, please visit our office once. Hmm?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay, but during a,
Sure,
I
sure.
mean, okay, the when you're I mean, when your this thing is going on with HR, okay, please visit us. Hmm?
Sure, sure. Yeah. Thank you for that.
Okay, and then okay, we have nothing else to ask, okay, Marjit, so we'll give our feedback to HR. I'll call you separately now. Hmm?
Sure, sure. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
Manoj.
Bye.
And thank you,
Yeah,
Prasad.
bye.
Bye.
All the best.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Hi. Hi, Prasad. Mm-hmm. Current, I have like 18.60 at that. It's a fixed. Yeah, official 2 month is there, but 1 month right now I'm on bench, so 1 month there maybe. Offers right now 28 is there. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, in Bangalore only. Recently I got. Radisys is like how much will be this as per the experience and all. Mm-hmm. Yeah, as per this like company, as per the experience and company standard and which I am looking so that I can stay like long terms and all this. It's based on the career, technology growth and all everything. Sure, sure, sure. Yeah. Mm, thank you. This is so